and we finally have a Nightwing. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm Stevie Nostalgia, and we got a review of the final episode of the second season of Titans entitled Nightwing. But before we get started, make sure you get on this month's giveaway. We're giving away a copy of Kingdom Come, one of the best comics ever, by Alex Ross and Mark Waid. To get in on the giveaway, all you have to do is be a subscriber to this channel, hit like, and press subscribe. Well, the whole season's been building to this moment, and now finally, we're at the finale of the second season of Titans. We've had a lot of our threads and plot points all come to this point, and it's finally reaching a head. The episode doesn't hold out very long before getting the action moving right along. So let's just dig in, talk about it, and see how we liked it. The episode opens with Mercy Graves and Cadmus, and it's a little confusing at first as she seems to be giving a speech somewhat like a hero, but it becomes very apparent very fast what their plan is. They're going to unleash Gar on a carnival and then use Connor to save them from Gar, setting Cadmus up as the hero and to push these unnamed bidders higher and higher in an auction for super soldiers based on Connor. Superboy in a Cadmus t-shirt is just wrong. Anyway, she even provides a demo for the people with Connor, and it's a pretty good demonstration of Connor's power, having him shoot at her and then catch the same bullet. And then we cut to the carnival. Now, this looks like a classic carnival. You see people running around, having a good time eating, and then you see Gar in the crowd wandering around, and you start to hear the trigger music in the background. We now cut over to the Lady Titans, who have gathered together in the tower to form a plan to rescue Gar and Connor. Now, they have no idea what Cadmus is up to, and before they can get their plans rolling, they find out about the disturbance at the carnival. The ladies load up in a car and head over to the carnival and start to mentally prepare themselves for dealing with their friends who are under Cadmus' control. And this is where Deathstroke returns. Now, if you saw in the trailer, Deathstroke hits the car with some sort of grenade or explosive, stops it dead, and then turns it into Swiss cheese, actually injuring Corey in the process. But don't worry, just a minor wound. And this is where the era of Nightwing begins. Let's just say this new suit looks great, and we've waited so many years to see a live-action Nightwing on TV. Even the team appears pretty impressed with Dick's new outfit. The battle with Deathstroke is pretty darn good, and we see a new fighting style out of Dick Grayson. Remember when he got the new costume, and they told him he would have more flexibility to move like an acrobat? Well, you get a lot of that in this battle. Now, Deathstroke's no slouch, and this battle doesn't exactly go Dick's way. But Dick has a plan, and he's using Jericho himself to help him defeat Deathstroke. The battle eventually turns in Deathstroke's favor, and in the moment he appears ready to kill Dick Grayson, Rose Wilson, aka Ravager, shows up in full costume, ready to take on her father. It's a really great scene. Rose knows who her family is, and it's the Titans. She stands beside Dick to fight her father, and to inspire her brother to push harder. The battle ensues with the three of them going at it, and some really great teamwork between Rose and Dick. The tide eventually turns, and Rose gets what appears to be a fatal wound on Deathstroke, stabbing him through the gut and dropping him to his knees. At this point, she removes his mask, and Jericho transfers himself from Deathstroke into Rose, effectively saving him, but now he's inside of Rose, which should provide for some pretty interesting stories in the future. Dick is finally allowed some resolution to that sin he's been carrying inside of himself all those years. He talks to Jericho, and he realizes Jericho does understand. The weight has been lifted. But before the celebration can get too emotional, Donna reminds everybody it's time to head to the carnival. Gar is informed there the carnival has been ransacked, and people are running for their lives from this giant green tiger. Cadmus rolls up on the scene like other cavalry there to save the people, and a Superboy Beast Boy battle ensues. Well, maybe better said, Superboy beating up Beast Boy, because Beast Boy is no match for the Boy of Steel. Corey, Dawn, and Donna split off from Rachel to confront Connor, and Rachel heads over to try to save Gar. Now, in trying to talk to Connor, which is fairly comical between the three women and him, Connor eventually takes a shot at Donna, well, under the control of Mercy Graves. And after quite a cool exchange between the two of them, it does show how tough Donna Troy is, he punches her and knocks her into an electrical tower. Now, Corey steps up to try to take on Connor, and since she has no powers, that doesn't work, and at this point we get the return of Hank Hall, who sneaks up behind Connor and gives him a nice clobbering with a big mallet, Harley Quinn style, also which doesn't work. Everything really appears to be going Cadmus' way, but then they hit a little bat snag. Yep, Cadmus has his feed for its bidders to see Connor beat everybody up, and use it to communicate with them to try to drive up that number. Then, all of a sudden, it cuts out, and we hear a familiar voice on the other end telling them bidding has been shut down for the day. Bruce Wayne has entered the field, and we actually get a little peek of the inside of the Batcave. Dick joins the team and tells them they need a plan, and in order for that plan to work, they need Rachel, which brings us back over to Rachel and Gar. Now, Rachel reminds Gar of all the time they spent at the beginning of this season where everybody was under Trigon's control except Gar. And now he brought Rachel out of that mind-controlled state, and although her powers may have helped her get through, she effectively uses the power of family to bring Gar back from the darkness. A little corny, but the scene actually really works well. Now the Titans have to take down Superboy, and they have a plan. Donna lassos up Connor, and then Rachel engulfs him in her power. She then uses her power to bring Dick into Connor's mind to help try to free him. You see a scared Connor quivering in the dark, all alone. Connor needs to find the light, and Dick realizes in this dark state that he's in, he can't. He notices his void of space they're in seems to have some walls, and he breaks through, punching his way out to the sun, leading Connor into a field of flowers and sunlight, bringing him back to the light. The whole scene is very reminiscent of Man of Steel and Justice League when Superman comes back and is in the field. I'm pretty sure they drew inspiration from it, and it is one of my favorite scenes in the series. A ton of symbolism, and Dick rescuing Connor in the darkness was just great. Standing in the field, Dick tells him, "We're family. We'll always find you." Once released, Connor quickly shuts down Cadmus. Throughout the series, he's been handing them their butts, and nothing changes here in this scene. Once the battle is over, the people of the crowd come out and give the Titans a round of applause for saving them all. And after Dawn returns the doll to a little girl who lost it during the chaos, the tower that Connor knocked Donna into early in the battle starts to fall over. Now as Dawn clears the crowd and it looks like it's going to fall on her, Donna jumps to the rescue and catches the tower. The Titans stand there in horror as they watch Donna be electrocuted to death. Donna Troy is dead. The Titans are devastated by the loss of Donna, and the rest of the episode deals directly with that. You saw a lot of the funeral scene during the commercial, and we get a lot more exposure to other Themyscirans. This isn't the only loss the team experiences. During the funeral, Rachel tells Dick that she's going back to Themyscira with Donna's body. Her powers have been acting weird, and somewhere part of her she thinks she can bring Donna back. If you read the comics, you know that Donna Troy actually died once and came back to life, so I don't suspect we've seen the last of this character. We do get a quick glimpse of Jason Todd during the funeral. He's not with the team, but he's there for Donna, and he still looks as angry as ever, so I suspect we're going to get Jason more in Season 3. The episode closes out with a lot of our characters and some pretty interesting exchanges. We get a big exchange between Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson that really helps to put a cap on the relationship tension that's been there for these first 2 seasons, and really elevates Dick more to a peer level with Bruce for the first time ever. We also see Donna and Hank talk it out a little bit, and they're not together anymore, but maybe Hawk and Dove still have a chance. This relationship will clearly carry over to Season 3, and I don't think we've seen the last of the 2 of them together. We also get a lot of Garfield's guilt. Gar has always been the emotional guy in the group, and he's taken Donna's death to heart, and mostly holding himself responsible for her death. Dick takes on the leadership role here to help try to guide Gar to a better place. Now, we close out the episode with a dinner, and the whole team around the table. Now, before the episode closes out, there is a little interesting moment during the dinner where they realize that Bruce Wayne did not bring them together in Elko, and now they suspect maybe Rachel was in everybody's head and created the scene to bring the team back together. After a more than emotional and rousing speech from Dick Grayson on family and why they're together, they all celebrate a toast to the Titans and to Donna Troy. And then, there's a call. Gar hops up to grab what appears to be the biscuits and tells them that there's an alert in the mission district with a bomb squad en route. Are they Titans or aren't they? And then we get one of the coolest closing scenes for a season, pretty much ever. The full team headed to the scene in costume. Superboy, Raven, Hawk, Nightwing, Dove, Starfire, Beast Boy, and Crypto. The whole team together, closing the season. This episode was a great episode, and I really did enjoy it. It felt like they closed out a lot of storylines. One of the problems with these shows is you get so many things going on, it's hard to wrap it all up, and they did a pretty good job not leaving a lot of threads hanging. And luckily, no cliffhanger. Now obviously, there's still a lot set up for Season 3, and we're going to do a separate video on Season 3 of Titans, just to talk about what may be coming towards us. But overall, I really have to say this episode was a good time. Now, as you know, we like to keep our ratings somewhat progressive, so we're going to actually give this episode a 9 out of 10. We haven't given many of those out this season. I thought the episode was really satisfying, and I can't wait for Season 3. And speaking of Season 3, we did get a little teaser, which I didn't want to leave out. Once the episode appears to be closing out, don't close your browser, because you get one heck of a Blackfire tease for Season 3. Let's talk a little bit about that in the other video. Anyway, I'm totally curious on what you guys thought of this episode, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Make sure you sound off in the comments. We could talk about it a little bit, and I can't wait to hear what you want to see in Season 3. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.